How y'all doing? Man, this has been a good event. Wow.
Woo. I say Tony ain't no God.
You come here and you see Abram Booty. You see Jason Gills. See David Solomon. You say, man, and Whitney, how can somebody be that good? And you figure that somebody that good had to always be that good. I'm from a small town down the road, Terrell, Texas. And I lived out in the country. And I would love this time of year. It was a time of the year when the monarch butterflies would begin to fly. And you would see them tossing in the wind. And you would see a thing of grace and elegance. You say, man, wow. Something that beautiful had to always be that beautiful. You look at Bill Whittle making over $200,000 a month. That's beautiful. Charles White $100,000 a month. That's beautiful. You see, Josh Huffman went to Hawaii and stayed a month and made $70,000 when he was out of town. Now that's sexy. And I did my homework. And I found that a monarch butterfly didn't live his whole life that beautiful. He starts out as an ugly caterpillar. I mean, he's something with it, he kind of walks funny. He has a hump in his back. And he'll shuffle, hump in his back, shuffle. And you figure, man, something that ugly. God had to make it for nothing but bird food. And when I joined Primerica, I was behind a lawnmower cutting grass. I can type about 12 words a minute if I focus. Absolutely no computer skills. But I want to be somebody. Come on. And Reverend Gerald Wright, when I was waiting tables, passed me a card and told me about this wonderful opportunity. And he took me over to an op meeting. And he pointed across the room. He said, Tony, see that guy over there? That guy made $200,000 last year. Now I know anything by man's been done, can be done again, and done better. And I said, if he can make $200,000, if I'm half as good, that's $100. If I'm a fourth as good, that's $50. So I had made $11,400 last year cutting grass, so anything was an elevation for me. And see, in life, you gotta know which bridge to cross and which bridge to burn. I burned all bridges. I sold my lawnmower, I sold my weed eater, I sold my broom, I sold my truck, and I jumped in both feet. But I jumped into Primerica trying to win without a coach. See, in life, you need a mentor. But normally, you don't know where to find a mentor, and he or she don't know where to find you. So it's that moment of quiet desperation. You want more, desire more, but not knowing how to accomplish that desire that's in your heart. And so the scripture warns you. It said, lean not on your own understanding. I was laying on mine. My first year. Because you go where your advice come from. And because the people personify their own advice. So I'm listening to myself. In my first year, I made $2,900 all year. I made $5,000 all year. And my family began to say things like, Tony, son, that's a sign from God. You ain't supposed to be here. And so you find that your family and friends normally will forge God's name on their opinion. See, your dreams are a picture of your finished future. When you look at Bill Whittle and those guys, you see a picture of what's possible. God don't torture his children. I don't dream about going to the moon because I ain't going to no moon. What you can see, you can be. When you hold an acorn in your hand, ask yourself, where is the oak tree? God made it with his future inside of it. You hold a caterpillar in your hand. Say, where is the monarch butterfly? God created it with his future inside of it. See, when God holds you in his hand, where's your future? Where was Bill Whittle, the living legend, with the same DNA he has now when he was 10 years old? His future was inside of him. See, when a lot of times we'll postpone our future. See, I made over 6 figures from day one of me being in Primerica. You take what I made over the time I've been here, divide it out, it's over 6 figures from day one. But I postpone the manifestations of the 6 figures by leaning on my own understanding. You need a coach. You look at Art Williams, the man that revolutionized American business. Where was that revolutionary thinking when he was 8 years old? See, his future is there. And unfortunately, the most copious, abundant place of goals and dreams is a cemetery. Folks take their dream, their future to the grave with them. You take a seed and put it on a shelf, it'll never unfold its power. Has you planted in the soil of opportunity to unfold what's inside of it. And you're planted here in Primerica. In the right soil, the right time, right season, but you got to decide to unfold what's there. When I studied the caterpillar, his chief job was to eat. And when he would eat, it would draw him into his destiny. And your chief job here is to manage your mental diet. Listen to the right CDs. Show up at an odd meeting. Come to fast start schools. Govern your mental diet. And as you govern your mental diet, you'll find you become a magnet. And your future, your destiny will begin to call you toward your purpose. And as that caterpillar eats, he begins to draw him out on a limb. That place that's unstable. And he's out there on that limb. And like some of you. And it seems kind of shaky. See, and when a child reaches 10 months, there's an urge inside to walk. And you see him, his little knees are shaking, he's wobbling and falling, bump his head on the wall, he get up and bump his head on the wall. You never see his mother say, baby, you keep falling. That's a sign from God, you ain't supposed to walk. See, falling is a part of walking. And she's saying, get up. Because God made you to walk. And business is the same way. And as you start that mental diet, it's going to pull you towards your future. You become a magnet in harmony, in concert with faith and your destiny. And when he get out on a limb, what he'll do, he'll attach himself to the branch and hang upside down. My 3rd year, I made $3,400 all year. I was on a limb, upside down. And he spins himself in a cocoon. And that cocoon, that's his place of transformation. But what happens, he gets in that cocoon, and like when you get in, sometimes God got to protect us from our own prayers. He in that cocoon, that dark place. Chargebacks everywhere. 69s on test. And it's tight, Lord. I didn't pray for all this. And he's in that tight spot. But see, you find that if you see him from the outside, you decide you want to rescue him from his situation. If you pull him out, you kill him. Because God made that tight spot a place where he can transform and force his way out to put blood in his wings. If you pull him out from the outside, he'll fall and become bird food. And he's in this tight spot. And it's this point of transformation, he can decide that he's going to be a victim or a hero. But you can't be both. Now, a victim is paralyzed by circumstance. Oh, Lord. You say it in your word. If I delight myself in you, you'll give me the desires of my heart. Lord, just get me out of here. See, God will protect you from your own prayer. Say, Lord, I'm your child. And you know I like sunshine. Give me all sunshine and no rain. You're praying for a desert. You got to have rain to get growth. And you're in that spot, that tight spot. See what a hero does? A hero gets active. He takes charge of his situation. And see, in primary, you can be a victim or a hero, but you can't be both. See, as a hero, he'll pull his pen out and take charge. I can take this 25-cent ink pen, go to Walmart, pick this pen up, go to somebody's kitchen table, and I'm driving a Brinks truck. I can write legacy. I can write $250,000, $500,000, $1 million plus on somebody's life. And we all gonna die. That's part of living. When they die, I show flowers in one hand, $500,000 check in the other hand. That's the hero's approach. Getting active. And so he's in that tight spot. I know a few years ago, my oldest son, he was 10. And in the middle of the night, he started screaming, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. And I jump out of bed and run to the wall because it's kind of scary. And I ran. I said, what's wrong, TJ? He said, Daddy, my legs are hurting. My legs are hurting. I said, okay. Where are you going? I said, my legs are hurting. I said, TJ, those are growing pains. And because you're laying still, you can feel it. So you see a small creature, a bird, any creature jumping and bouncing and skipping and just jumping. Because see, he disguises growing pains while he's moving. And some of you sitting up at the house drinking coffee, watching TV. Oh, it's hurt to charge that shit. Right? Because you're feeling the growing pains. You ain't moving. If you saw Bill Whittle in the hall doing a stinking leg and bumping around and all, you say, what's wrong with him? Because he's out of his physical growing stage. So he's paused. And see, you see, in business the same way. You look at Josh Huffman. Went to Hawaii and made $70,000 on vacation, just paused. 87, my bad. He just paused. Because he has a mature business. And you say, I'm going to try that. I'm going to go spend a month. You make $7, your car get repoed, house get... Because see, you still got to be moving. Because your business is not mature enough. And see, when you sit in that cocoon, you can decide to sit there and die in that place of transformation. And you normally find a big event is a place where you change your future. Mine was the Fontainebleau. This can be yours. When I got to the Fontainebleau, I began to talk to people about what they're doing. And some guys I respected said, Tony, we're doing 25 by 25. And as they told me that, I began to believe I could do that. See, to believe is accept His truth and act on it. Doubt is a belief. Fear is a belief. And your possibilities are a belief also. You got to choose what you're going to believe. And I believe I could do that. And we had the same DNA. When I left Dallas and went to Florida, and I returned. When I returned, I had the same DNA but different man. And I made the choice not to be a victim, but take that hero spot and go to work. And when I told my team together, I said, guys, we can win here. We can win here, but we got to go to work. We pulled our pens out. In a month, probably did no more than 18,000 in business, no more than 8 recruits a month. Came back, did 30 by 30. Got my ring, got my second diamond, third diamond, fourth diamond. Terrell got 2 diamonds. Ronnie got a ring. Jerry got a ring. Dan got a ring. Cash got a ring. 4 guys got watches. We had 6 guys on the next trip, 11 on the following trip, and 16 couples on the following trip, and became one of the company MVPs. So we decided to take the heroes approach, the she-rose approach, and go to work and force your way out of that cocoon. And see, and you're in this room tonight. And when that point where you got to make a choice to be a hero or a victim, but you can't be both. Heard this guy on his deathbed. He's crying and cursing God, a victim. See, Lord. And he just cursing God viciously. And a priest walked in. And the priest got annoyed because the words were just vicious. And he said, what are you doing, son? And see, some of you hear you complain and say, oh, his hurt is bad. But you got to ask yourself, if God didn't want you to win, why did he save you for America? The greatest country on this planet. Why did he save you for the greatest hour in the history of humanity? You could have been born in 1805. Right country, wrong time. I don't care how much dream you have, you can't fulfill it because the timing is wrong. Or you could have been born right now in some bush in Australia. Right time, wrong place. You Google company with the most 6-figure, 7-figure, and 5-figure earners, Primerica shows up. Why did God just step here if he didn't want you to win? Your dreams are a picture of your finished future. If you were to step out on some alien-like position and look down, and you see a bird that didn't fly, you say something's terribly, terribly wrong because God made that bird to fly. And you see a fish that didn't swim. You say something's terribly, terribly wrong because God made that fish to swim. See, everything that's on earth come out of the earth. This building, man did. This was imagination. The car you drive, everything you see, the pen in your hand comes from man's imagination. Right. So if you step back to some alien-like spot and you say, man, if I can get one of those men or women, then they can manifest the greatness that's on this planet. And if you get one that don't manifest greatness, you say something is terribly, terribly wrong. Because God made him to be great. And he's on his bed crying, a victim. And the guy stopped him and said, son, why are you cursing God like that? Let me ask you a question. If not you on this deathbed, then who do you recommend? And he stopped in his tracks. See, when you're on that limb, you got 2 choices. You can be a victim and die in your place of transformation. Or force your way out and become a hero with your pen and go to work and fly from that limb into your future. Somebody's going to leave here this year and decide to butterfly. But you can't have, so you can go through any stage you want to go through. But to become a butterfly, you can't miss the cocoon. You can't have a butterfly without the cocoon. And if you want to come and make extra $500 or $1,000 a month, you can do that. If you want to go to that butterfly and look like Bill and those guys, folks see and smile and say, man, look what she or he did. That takes you to transform into that butterfly stage. You see, somebody's going to decide to go through that cocoon stage in their life. They're going to fly to their watch this year. They're going to fly to their ring this year. They're going to fly past diamonds this year. And my question, if not you, then who do you recommend? God bless you.
That was unbelievable. Man, oh my God. Great job, man.
Everywhere and everybody. I'm telling you, that might have been the best 20 minutes in my career. I mean, I'm not just blowing smoke. I thought that was, I mean, to me, that's just, if that didn't get you, or what you said is, if something didn't stand up in the back of your neck, you didn't get goosebumps, you ain't making this. I mean, I'm getting serious. You know, you need to be an employee, a yes sir, a yes ma'am, all the rest of your life. You know, kiss somebody else's feet or something other than that. I'm being honest, because this ain't for you. If that didn't hit you, this ain't for you. Y'all consider, you're gonna buy a big bridge, I got 357 I carry, borrow himself out of misery. I thought that was just, I mean, I'm telling you, that was absolutely phenomenal, you know. Talked about that preacher, it reminds me of this guy, this preacher's trying to save money, and also kind of conservative gas, kind of a green mentality. And so he said, what he's going to ride his bicycle everywhere. So one day, his bicycle